Joey Reese and Pickle Food Shop. Get yourself a pickle. Get yourself a boot. Joey Reese and Pickle Food Shop. Pickle time is happening.
Hey, Joe.
Oh, hey.
Hey. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the patronizer version of the Pickle and Boat Shop.
So I have an embarrassing thing to talk about. It started off, it could have been awful. But by the end of it, it's going to be a good, hopefully a redeeming story.
By the end of it, you were like, this will be perfect for my podcast.
Yeah. So Heidi and I went camping this last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, you know what? Let's just get away for like a 3-day weekend, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leave Friday, come back Sunday. So kind of just there one full day.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, let's go somewhere close. So Port Huron in Michigan, if here's Michigan, Port Huron is like here.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And where's Detroit?
Detroit is like here.
Uh-huh.
And then Port Huron is up here. We're kind of over here. We're kind of the Pythagorean theorem. We're kind of at the right angle between Detroit and Port Huron.
Okay.
Well, a lot of ships, a lot of freighters, it bottlenecks the river bottlenecks there between Michigan and Canada. And so tons of freighters go through through Port Huron. So we're like, let's go, we'll book a camping trip and we'll chill at this campsite and watch freighters go by. We're like, it's 45 minutes. We'll set up, we'll enjoy it, 45 minutes home. So we look at Port Huron and we see that there's Lighthouse Park. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. There's Lighthouse Park and camping came up in regards to it. So we're like, cool. So we book it.
And you have your trailer. You're not you're not
camper.
real camping. You're not
people say we glamp.
Look, man, you're not camping unless you're eating bugs, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It hurts when people say that we glamp. I understand that is what we're doing.
You understand?
But it hurts. It hurts.
You think
those words hurt?
They're trying to belittle what you're doing, which is roughing it.
Here's what I find. I find it's not people who tent camp that say I'm glamping. It's people who don't do anything outdoors who say that we're glamping. And people are like, that's if I go camping, I want to be in a tent. I want to be sleeping on the floor. And I'm like, yeah, okay. All it takes is one hot, stuffy, humid day in a tent for you to appreciate a camper.
Yeah.
So do we go glamping? I guess I would have to say yes. Do we have a TV? Yes, we have a TV. Do we?
Hey, I think your response to those people when they're like, you get in a tent, you just be like, motherfucker, I lived in a truck. We had to poop in a potato chip bag.
Yeah. Yeah, people just don't get it.
Don't talk to me about your hardships.
Yeah. So it's like I grew up tent camping and all that stuff and sweating it out and cornerstone in tents and like all that stuff. Like I've done that. I'm 48 years old. I want to enjoy the outdoors. I want to go hiking. I want to go in lakes. I want to see waterfalls. I want to see all that stuff. But when I get back to the campsite, I want to be able to sit in some air conditioning and before bed, maybe watch a movie. You know, if the bonfire is going good, then you don't watch a movie. You just go right in and you go to bed. Yeah. But if it's rainy out, you can put on a movie. If it was going to be raining, I was going to be watching the Squad 5-0 DVD.
You paid your dues, Joe.
Rain. Yeah. So
it would be like talking to somebody that had been in, basically, being in the Insiders was like being in a foxhole in Tikrit. And that would be like going to somebody that was in Afghanistan and being like, you don't know what camping is. And they'd be like, no, I used to be in the Insiders. But instead they were fighting Afghan warlords and they had frostbite.
You have never spoken more truth than
Right.
in that last
Or like
analogy.
if someone was in the Battle of the Bulge and you were like, you don't know what camping is. And they, were out in the Ardennes forest and they got shelled every night by the Nazis. And they were like, I got frostbite. And then my friend's legs got blown off. Also, I was in the Insiders. That's what that guy would say back to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we go camping. So the day before we leave, we put it in the, in the old GPS, the old Google machine.
Mm-hmm.
And we realize it's not in Port Huron. We booked a campsite in Huron County called Lighthouse Park in Huron County, which is 2.5 hours away. So instead of a 45-minute drive, we have a 2.5-hour drive. We get there. I'm not supposed to say this. Heidi and I made a very loose pact that we weren't going to tell anybody how amazing this park is. Nobody knows about it. It's freaking fantastic.
So don't on the podcast. Don't just
I will not.
Don't
I
tell
will
our 50 listeners.
Dozens of listeners about this park. Not going to do it. So we
It's
go.
in
We set
Huron
up.
County.
Yep.
When you're culturally appropriating Indian names, though, you could be a little bit more diverse, and that's the problem. Like they just were like, Huron, is that a tribe? We'll call this one also Huron. That's all they did. Come on,
So
guys.
the
Try
city
harder.
the city's called Port Hope,
Mhm.
and then it's Huron County Park Lighthouse Campground.
So, but you
So-
haven't given out the address of it yet,
No.
or their phone number.
Right, and it's
That's
not
a
good anyway,
secret.
so you don't want to go.
Oh, don't go to
But-
that one. That's the one
Yeah.
you went to,
Yeah,
and it's not good.
it's amazing, but we don't want to tell people that because
No, don't.
I want to be able to book reservations whenever I want.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you can tell, instead of Port Huron Lighthouse Park, this was Port Hope Huron County Lighthouse campground.
Okay.
So that's kind of where the mix up came in. You know how Google kind of put in some words and it kind of swishes them around and gives you a little whatever. So we go camping. We have a great weekend. Fun time. Friday night's great. Saturday is amazing. I got to see Heidi in a bathing suit, which I absolutely love. We were out in Lake Huron, nice sandy bottom of the Great Lakes, nice sandy bottom.
You wear your Speedos?
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
And so we're out there. We're the only two people on the beach because, like I said, this campsite, nobody knows about it. And we're the only two people on the beach. And so we're out there having fun. I was like, oh my gosh, the water's so warm. She's like, what do you think the temp is? And I was like, easy 78 degrees. I'm guessing I'm within 2 degrees.
Yeah. And did you say, Heidi, come over here? It's getting warmer.
Yeah.
And yellower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's polluted over here. And it ended up being 62 degrees, which was not 78. But so anyway,
Close. Very close.
we have a great time.
Yeah.
We come home. When we come home, my kids are having a party at the house. Now,
Were they
we
supposed
knew
to? Oh, you
we
knew.
knew that they were having a couple of people over.
Ooh.
They had more than a couple of people over, and they had a get together. I wouldn't call it a party because my kids don't party. They had a get together, bunch of friends over. Their idea of a party is they were all together watching Nacho Libre, and they had ordered a couple of giant platters of Viva Zapata nachos from our local Mexican restaurant.
Kids know how to plan a get together.
Yeah. And
That's
they were
sweet.
they were drinking lots of sugar-free Pepsi. That was their party. And so we came home to that. So we were like, while they're in the house, and then also Mia was having a bunch of the people who were there stay the night. So we were like, we'll give them the house. They can have the house and have fun in there. We'll stay in the camper.
Jeez, Joe.
So we had the camper still in the driveway. We plugged it in. So we had electricity and everything like that. And we're in there and we're spending the afternoon, and we were out there from maybe 2:00 in the afternoon to around 7:00 at night. And about 6:00 at night, I go into the bedroom and I see a bug on the ceiling.
6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m. I see a bug on the ceiling and I go to grab it and it jumps down onto the bed. And so I grab it on the bed and I look at it and I'm like, is that a cockroach? Yeah. Yeah.
No.
So I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that's a cockroach. Oh my goodness. I am bleeding like a stuck pig right here.
What?
Let's do a timeout here. I gotta get something.
I'm
Gotta
not.
get
Joe
something to
have a
stop this blood.
freaking knife wound?
Yeah, I don't know what just happened.
I can't even describe to you what's happening because Joe went behind the curtain. I think he got murdered. What is that? A
Goodness.
t-shirt? You're gonna mop it up with a t-shirt?
Yeah, look how bad I'm bleeding.
What is that?
Oh, what my niece dyed her hair as part of the party. She dyed her hair pink, but got pink all over her shirt.
Oh
So
Lord!
I'm using that pink shirt to sop up.
Oh my gosh!
So then when I wash it again, she'll just think my blood, which is this part, was.
How
part
are you
of the
bleeding?
dye.
What are
When
you
I
doing?
started-
You're just wiping it? Put some pressure on it, dude.
Well, no, it's just a scab.
Just
When I would-
poke your
when I
finger in
started
the
my
hole
story-
for about 2 minutes.
When I started my
Maybe
story, I itched my ankle, and apparently when I itched my ankle, I tore off a scab.
This is why I have trouble watching movies because they'll be like, "That guy got shot. He's dead." And I'm like, "Fucking put some pressure on it. Both sides. Do it. Just do it." And I do that all the movies, and I'm just like, "Well, your friend died because you're dumb."
Yeah.
I just watched a movie where somebody died because they're dumb. Oh, it's a TV show. It's called The Last of Us. Have you seen it?
No,
Bro, it's so good.
I hear it's terrible.
So far, I'm like 3 episodes in. So good.
Oh yeah, you are when it was good, and then it goes horrible.
Oh,
Everybody just like walked away from it. I think like the
Oh, they did?
director and the writer, everybody just.
Oh,
walked
really?
away. Yeah. So anyway, I'm like, hey, I think that's a cockroach. And I'm like, no, maybe it was just a different kind of bug. So an hour goes by.
They
It's
do
now
this in
7
Phoenix and down south. They'll be like, "No, that's a water bug." You're like,
A
"Motherfucker,
palomino. Yeah.
That's a giant ass cockroach. That's a German. That cockroach is Germanicus."
And so it's about 7:00 at night,
Mm-hmm.
and Heidi's sitting on the couch in the camper, and I see another bug. And I go to get it and I stop and I'm like, Heidi, take a picture of this bug. See what it is. I think it's a cockroach. Takes a picture of it. And then does the like Apple ID, whatever on it.
Oh no!
Cockroach. It's a cockroach. We immediately are done with being in the camper. We almost burned it to the ground. We got everything out of it, every single thing out of it, emptied it. Heidi, within moments, was driving to the store to get a bug bomb. Ended up not getting a bug bomb, just got tons of traps and bait things and all this stuff. And while she's gone,
Was
I'm
it
emptying-
big or like a teeny one?
Tiny. It was
Tiny.
smaller.
Mm.
Like the size. Do you know what an earwig is?
Oh yeah, we have an infestation here of the earwigs.
Yeah, it was kind of like maybe 3/4 the length of an earwig.
Okay.
And so we're like, oh my gosh. Well, obviously all we know is the horror stories of roaches. And I've never anywhere where I've lived or anything like that ever had roaches. So what do they usually say? If you see one, there's like 9,000 that you don't see. So we're like, oh no, is the camper like filled with roaches, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, we're panicking. So she goes to the store, and where we live, nothing is close. So the store is a half hour away. So while she's driving there to get this stuff, I'm going through the camper. I'm searching everywhere. And so I'm expecting to like open up a cabinet and have some scurry away. Nothing. I'm not seeing anything.
Okay.
Pull out drawers, nothing. Pull out everything, nothing. Everywhere I go, I get out of the camper, I go into what they call the basement, like the underbelly, like compartments and stuff. I start going through there. Nothing. I can't see any, like there's no remnants, there's no clues, nothing that would show. So I start, my job there is done. So I go back in the house, I'm waiting for her to come back. So I start looking up and like studying cockroaches. Well, the worst ones to have are the ones that you mentioned, the German cockroaches. They're the worst ones because by the time you see them, they've already laid eggs, and they lay eggs like 400 at a time.
Inside your mouth or ears. That's
or
the fun
butthole,
part.
your rectum. They'll climb in your rectum while you sleep and then lay eggs.
Joe, I don't want to derail what you're saying, but rectum? Damn near ligma. Okay, go on.
And so I'm looking up
These
and I'm like,
nuts?
so I look them up. I'm looking up the different species. It's not the American cockroach. It's not the Spanish cockroach. It's not the Asian. And it gets to the German, and I'm like, that's it.
You're like, I've seen what these guys are capable of.
That's
I've
what
been
it
to the
is.
Holocaust Museum.
So I sent Heidi a picture of it, and I said, this is it. Worst case scenario, we're done. Like, we're done. We gotta like burn it to the ground.
Yeah.
And then she looks at it and she goes, no, that's not it. She goes, because the picture that we have of the one that was in ours doesn't have like these two brown stripes. The German ones have these like brown stripes on what would be, I'm going to call their neck.
Yeah.
So I continue looking through different species, and I put in the old Google machine, cockroach species in Michigan. And there's like the American, the German, and this other one that's called like E. pluribus unum or something. And so I look up E. pluribus unum, and that's it. That's the one. And when you take the photo of that one, the pictures on Google, and you match them up with the one that was in ours, well, the two that were in ours, it's dead match. It is what it is. Well, when you start reading about that one, they're completely unlike the other cockroaches.
Okay.
They are loners, where like they don't infest. They're just basically like I don't want to say ladybug because ladybugs can infest. But they're just kind of like out on their own. They're like a firefly. And so, long story short, it was like as if we had like two fireflies in our camper. Like, we got the two that were in there. They don't infest. They're drawn to light, whereas other ones run away from light. They're not drawn to food. They eat vegetation. So they're not drawn to like open chip bags or, snacks that you might have in a camper or in a pantry or in your home, something like that. So they're in the cockroach family, but they don't exhibit any of the other things. And the way that they come in is like where we were. Like, they're in open meadows by water, and on humid days, it really gets them going. And in our camping trip, it was pretty humid up here. And so a couple of them got in. Now, mind you, we still put traps and everything like that all over our camper. And we put in these like a little electric things that are supposed to give this pulse that keeps all sorts of stuff away. Heidi spent like $200 on traps and all that stuff to go out there. And we haven't seen any since. And we know we've taken care of it, but nonetheless, we didn't like it.
That would scare the crap out of me. When I moved, right after I graduated from high school, my dad made me move down to where he lived in Phoenix, and cockroaches, like, they've just come out of sewer. They were everywhere. So if you didn't he lived in an apartment and we were like at ground level. So I just remember you'd see them and they were like that big.
Yes.
Like I remember for fun, I shot one with my dad's BB gun and it blew in half and both parts just crawled away. I was like, that's super gross. Just trail of guts.
Yeah.
But I remember waking up because one was crawling, crawl across me. I'm never sleeping with no clothes on again. It's always shirt, pants, gloves, some sort of helmet.
Beekeeper's hat. Yeah.
That's all I sleep like because of that trauma. But nope. No.
You remember the story that I told of when the Insiders, when we first started, we played Kilgore, Texas. And we played Kilgore, Texas, amazing show at the university there. And after, we did the thing, hey, does anybody have any place where we could sleep? And someone was like, yeah, you can, people who were there were like, yeah, we own a coffee house. And there's a living quarters attached to the coffee house. You guys can stay there tonight.
We own a used coffin.
Yeah. So after the show, we go to these people's coffee shop and they open it up. And so people from the show came to the coffee shop and everyone's kind of hanging out, drinking coffee and beverages and cakes and treats and stuff. And then after a while, everybody leaves. They lock it up. We go in the back. We lay down. We get our sleeping bags and stuff out of the truck. We lay down. We're all sleeping there. And all of a sudden, Bo, he's like, what the? And he jumps up and we're like, what's going on? He's like, something just crawled across my face.
Mm-mm.
And we're like, what? He's like, dude,
Bo, you say the craziest things. That's what you said to Bo.
Yeah. And we're like, you are nuts, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like, go back to bed. Laying there, he jumps up. He's like, no way, something just crawled across me again.
Bo,
and
it's
again,
some meth.
And the lights are out.
Oh,
so
geez.
He jumps up and we're like, what is he talking about? And when he turns the light on, we are all covered in cockroaches.
No!
There's cockroaches everywhere.
No, dude, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like big ones?
All over
All
the
over
sleeping bags. It's like where like our sleeping bags touched the ground, like they were in that crease, like for warmth or what, I don't know. But they were all, and he was sleeping on the couch. They were all over him. Oh, it was awful. But here's the thing. When you're 18 years old and you're just like, oh man, and so tired, all I did was seal the top of my sleeping bag and go back to bed.
No, you did not. Just leave your... I'm just going to leave my mouth.
I just closed it like a pig in a blanket, pun intended.
Nope.
And I just closed it and I just prayed. I was like, dear Jesus, I just pray. Because back then I was like an 18-year-old kid who thought Jesus answered those prayers.
I just leave my ear
like,
exposed.
I was like, please do not let any, I just pray for a hedge of protection that nothing gets into my sleeping bag. And here's the deal. It worked.
Joe, why do you say it like you believed and then you thought Jesus answered those prayers and then he did?
Well, he did. He did. He was faithful.
Or you slept right through it.
Yeah. I woke up in the morning and people were like, let's go get breakfast. I'm like, I'm not hungry.
For some reason, I'm very full.
Yeah, I'm very full because I had 4 hot dog sized cockroaches crawl down my throat. It was like I did Nathan's hot dog eating contest in an evening. When I worked in Detroit, I was at this one precinct and I was a rookie. It was like my first roll call. And I'm like sitting there and I hear this sound that sounds like a bird trying to fly away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is that noise? I was just like, what in the world is that noise? And then you hear like, and I'm like, and finally my eyes catch up with what I'm hearing and I look, and back behind this desk is like a piece of like sticky paper that was on the ground. And there was a cockroach the size of my middle finger stuck in the sticky paper. And he was like doing whatever. I don't know if they have wings, but he was like,
yes, they do. Some
was
of
like-
them fly.
Yeah,
They're
he was
beetles.
flopping
They have
around.
wings.
Yeah, he was flopping around, and nobody did anything about it. Like our like lieutenants like telling us like, all right, today we're gonna be focusing on this. Yerky, you're gonna be doing this. You're gonna be over here. So and so, you're this beat. So and so, you're that beat. And then this hawk, this beetle-like hawk with like a 3.5 foot wingspan is stuck on this sticky paper under
Ew.
this desk.
Ew.
Oh, it was something, man.
Oh,
It was something. Are you a little shook?
I'm a little shook up. Did I tell you about when I got the bed bugs with my ex-fiance?
No.
I tell you about this.
No.
Where were we? In Eastern Europe. Prague?
Figures.
Prague.
I was going to say the Czech Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Or now it's called what? Czechia?
Chechnya. It was, no, Czechia, not Chechnya. That's a place the Russians took over. No, man. Like, we went on, we did the thing in Five Arm where you go and you play like the place in the Netherlands, then you play the place in the Germany. Remember that Christmas rock night?
Yeah.
There was like Christmas thing in the Netherlands, in Swallow. And they also put on that festival, and then you play Christmas rock night in Germany for Dieter. Okay, we did that. And then Five Iron. And then we were all like, oh, Stacy, my second fiance, guys, if you're counting. She, second or third. The first one didn't count. Did she? I never actually proposed.
Okay, so that doesn't count.
No, I had the ring and she told me she was cheating on me. And then I threw it in the snow. Okay. Purity culture, guys.
Yeah.
Purity culture. You're just like, I guess I got to get married if I ever want to have sex or get to know this person.
You're like, I've given you a promise ring, and now I have in this box
Yeah, can I cut you off there? I've been
Please.
getting railed by some dude because you wouldn't. Is that how it went?
Because I wouldn't what? Get railed? I would. Is he good looking? What
No,
are you
'cause you
talking
wouldn't-
about?
Oh, no. I was speaking as though I was her. Like you
Oh.
think when you're younger, you
I see
think
what you're
like
saying.
it's purity culture.
Mhm.
So you're like, I'm going to save myself for her. And then she's like, screw it. I'm getting
Well, that did
railed.
happen. That did happen to the first one.
Right,
She
that's-
did.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So then this one then is the third, Stacy. Guys, I don't want to be like, hey, these ladies, I love them all to this day. Like, love them. I would die for them. I would still have married all of them. They're wonderful people. I love them. Like, seriously.
We
My-
get it. Move on.
Got it. Okay. So Stacy was not my fiance. We were fiancés. We were engaged, and then it was rocky. So, like, we were good friends. I was like, "Hey, we should get married." Then it became not so good. It became a lot of trouble. So then we broke up. But before that, I was like, you should come on this trip with us to Europe. So then tickets were booked and we broke up, but we're like, we're going to be friends. And it was like, okay, we're going to be friends and we're going to Europe together. And we had gotten Eurail passes because we were all in our 20s and they're cheap. And like, I was like, this is what we did last time we came to Europe. It's so cool. You just get a Eurail pass and you just go wherever you want for free. And you can get a sleeper car for $20. It's way cheaper than a hotel. And you just sleep. So we like, we should do a podcast about this trip because it was amazing. Keith's pants got stolen in the middle of the trip.
And you only packed one.
He only packed one pair of pants. He was like walking around pulling his shirt down all the time. We're like, Keith, did you?
He was just Winnie the Poohing it all throughout Europe.
Just Donald ducking it.
Porky pigging it all through Europe.
Anyway, the rest of Five Iron, like it was this Christmas show, which is like December 15th. So everybody else was like, I'm going home because of Christmas. And Stacy and I were like, we don't really have family to go home to. Like, Christmas is going to suck. Let's just keep going. So we just kept like doing fun things, like going. And it was like Andy and Mindy were there. They broke off. Then Keith and Leonor, they were there. And then they're just like, yeah, we're going home. And then so it was just Stacy and I. We had an open-ended ticket to go home. So we were just like, I don't remember how we did this. This was before 9/11. I have to talk about this whole trip on a podcast because it was so cool. I'm like,
The next one. We will the next one.
all right. But like we got off, you know, like you're like, let's go to this place. And it was 2000, like maybe 1999, 2000, 2001. It was before 9/11 for sure. Was that 2001? 2001. So let's say 2000, Christmas of 2000. Then, and I can tell you why on the next podcast, why I'm sure it was before 9/11 because of what we got through airport security. But like, when you would get off in these old communist bloc countries, there'd always be people hustling you. So there was like some old lady and she's like, come stay at this hotel. And so we went to the hotel and it was cheap. It was like $7 a night, but it was like for real, like an old communist hotel. It was just like, you know, like the school tiles that they have to buff with the sander stuff. Like those, they shine up those old asbestos tiles and then just like a bathroom in the corner and then a bed. And so we're not dating or engaged, but there was one bed. And so we both slept in it. And I just remember like, you know, like I've got some allergies. So like if we had to wash our clothes like in Austria. And I was like in this hotel, I'm like, I'm getting itchy. I think I used the wrong detergent. And it kept getting itchier. And then like, I'm super nearsighted. So like even now, like with my eyes, I've got like, I have to wear readers, but if I don't have my contacts in, I can see stuff up close still, like this close. Okay. Still, like that's where it gets into focus is like right here. That's how bad my eyes are. So, and guys, I'm gesturing. It's like 9 inches to a foot. It's like in there. Let's say 9 inches.
9 inches from your face.
Yeah. So like 2 days, we're going
dude.
around.
I'm about to crap my pants.
Jeez.
It hit me that quick.
Oh my God, dude. I'm pausing this. This is too much. I can't even talk through this. Okay, now we're going.
Okay.
So yeah, like
they
it
were
was
bumping the floor and then you started itching. You thought it was your clothes, your laundry.
Yeah, and
your detergent.
Like, we were there like 3 days. So this is like the morning of the third day. And then I just kept getting itchy. And then Stacy, I remember, was like, man, I'm getting itchy too. I wonder what was in that detergent. And so I'm waking up and I can only see like this far. I'm like barely waking up. I'm looking. Guess what I can see? Like pillow, this.
So
And I see like
you're laying down. Your head is on the pillow and on the mattress. Your eyes are open. You're kind of waking up.
and then I'm like, oh, that's gross. It is like this, like the shell or the skin of a dead insect. Real small. And I'm like, oh, that's gross. They didn't clean this place very well. And I'm like, oh, there's more. There's more of these. There's a lot. I'm like, what the fuck, man? This place is dirty. And then in the same process, I'm like, you went to college for this? Like, what are these bugs? And I'm like, no. Insects. They're insects. They don't have wings. They're this. They're small. Oh, pinch it. Fuck, bed bugs. And then I was just like, I just go, bed bugs, get up. Like we're jumping out of bed. I'm like, Stacy, get up. There's bed bugs. That's why we're itching. Bed bugs.
Oh.
So, like, we're both like just like stripping out of our clothes. Get in the shower. Like, I'm like, get in the shower. And then we take showers. Separate, mind you guys.
I thought that would be a loophole.
I averted my eyes. Did I? Maybe. Anyway, then we gather our stuff and like, we don't know. Bed bugs were not as they are now, where you're just like, oh yeah, you call the people in, they cook your house or whatever they do, fumigate it. And so we just got our stuff and we left.
I would have left my stuff.
Check straight out. Well, the good thing is like, because that place was just like this cinder block, old concrete communist block hotel, like there was nothing that wasn't cold in that thing except for the bed. So like, bed bugs, like they're attracted to like wood and like clothes and stuff like that. Well, all our stuff was like on the other side of the room. So no bed bugs made it back.
Oh, man.
But holy crap. And then to make it seem more stark, we went to Auschwitz. That's the end of that story. For now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the 40-minute mark. We are going to end it there because here's the deal. Next week, Greasy Groper is in the UK seeing ELO. Next Monday, I'm here. We can do that. But then the week after that, I'm in the UK doing ELO. Okay. Well, we are going to, at some point this week, you have to watch the Netflix documentary on the poop cruise.
Oh, I saw like an ad for it. It looks awesome.
Yeah, so you got to watch it. Heidi and I, as soon as we get off here, that is our going to bed movies. We're going to watch the poop cruise, and then we will talk about that because a bunch of people on the Diabolical Discussion page have asked if we've seen it. They think it's something that Pickle and Boot Shop were possibly financial backers on, that it seems right up our alley, that we should have directed and made that movie. Don't know why. But apparently people think we are synonymous with poop stories. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It's true.
Yeah. Girl, you know it's true. Girl. Ooh, the poop cruise.
Okay, love you guys. Peace. Something. Poop. Bye.
Poop cruise.